mainly because one, there's a fear, and second, there's a boxed structure or ideology or ideas in our mind that I should be this way with my mom, I should be this way with my sister or my girlfriend or my wife. And that structure is so much into our head, we never get out of our comfort zone and spoke about period. मेरे conversation जो होता है with men, when I speak to them or ask them, why don't you talk about menstrual hygiene? They say, this is not our zone. We don't talk about it. Maybe if I'll ask about period, women will think that I'm creep. And the same time, when I ask women or girls, "Hey, why don't you go and talk? Boys always make fun of it. During my 10 years working in gender and menstrual hygiene, when we did a program called Menstrual Festival in Sarat City, where more than 10,000 people joined, we asked questions like reactions. Unfortunately, we are not that media savvy, so we didn't do a reaction video. But most of the men spoke, and few people even cried that saying, till today, and we have two kids, I didn't even ask what happens during our period. So then, since then, we never segregated our gender in our menstrual hygiene conversation or menstrual hygiene discussion or dialogue. Having women empowerment, right? And women empowerment is not just doing dharana, raste mein jaake fight karna. Financial freedom is one part, doing dharana is one part. There's a lot of things beyond that. As Nilofer says, saying just get up and say no, that is also empowerment. Until unless you are empowered, you can't say no. Ask us, when we go to slum, women do not have that autonomy to just stand up and say, no, I don't want to eat this, right? I was invited to a dinner few months back. Though they were very empowered, there are three women in their house, and three, including me, three men were there. We had the food first and then the women. And when I see this, it pains me. And because my work from last 10 years going into gender and menstrual hygiene, understanding this space, doing research, talking, and also spreading awareness, I decided let's take it to the public and bring few right mindset people or men to talk about it. I knew that the crowd will be very less. As Navya was saying, it's not a subject where people will be very interested to talk about. And also the wave. Now the wave is somewhere else. So people don't talk about menstrual hygiene anymore. Having said that, I also like to say ki, right, if you see a woman leaking or in a public place that she is going through a period leak, what do you guys do? I know we'll say okay, we'll help. Do you really help? You'll go to her, say this is what happening, can you just get some pad and give it to her? Though you'll want to do that, but will you take that step and go and approach? I'm not asking the cause why you won't do that, but ask yourself, will you go and do? We have all good intention for sure, no doubt. So as a stranger, we need to have that courage. We need to have this dialogue where next time we'll see somebody in a bus or metro or in even cafes, we can go and say, okay, do you need any help? Right? So, so um, that's fine. Um, and also being a parent, see in the school or where we go as a activist and speak about menstrual hygiene, we spend like 45 minutes, maybe 3 4 session or 5 session, maybe 10 session. But you spend a lot of time as a brother, as a father, as a grandparents, or as a boyfriend, as a husband. You spend the most of the time with women. And don't you think you should know about it? If you still don't think, for example, I'm sure there'll be people who are pursuing their master or maybe MBA. They'll go to foreign countries, they'll learn about policy making, or you'll be in public space where we'll be designing policy for people. How do you think, if you do not know about menstrual hygiene, give you the authority, the audacity to design policy for women? And that's where our policy fails. You see, whatever policy we have for women, mostly it fails. Beti bachao, beti padhao fails big time. Kyun? because there are certain people sit in a AC room and design the policy, never ask what women wants. If I'll go tomorrow and sit in an AC room and I do not know anything about women, what they go through, how the menstruation happens, then it will be very, very difficult to design a program. That's why the dialogue around menstrual leave is very difficult now. That's why we need to have conversation. It should be given. That's it. Because we don't understand the process, the components, and the pain, we're still having the discussion, controversy, media, petition. I don't need to do that. Why women need to do that? Right? That's where we are actually struggling. Right? Okay. Now, you can give everyone. How many of you have touched a pad before? Felt it? Okay, good. And how many of you saw a soaked pad, soaked with blood pad? Rui ma'am and you are given, right? Yeah. So I think one, Sumant. How did you feel, Sumant? And also Sam. How did you feel? If you can just put in a word. Yes, yes.
Not much really because I think I've seen cotton swabs and I see that is also soaked in blood. So it's no different. Second thing is I really like explored the pad so much. I really opened it,
Understand.
explored it and all of that. So
Yeah.
it wouldn't feel any different from a cotton swab in an ICU.
Right.
In the hospital.
I also understand that you also very, very active in social space, and so you must have done that. So any of you, have you ever seen a soaked pad? Right. Okay, Sam, what was your
Well, nothing extraordinary. It's just the exposure that I've had with your NGO,
mm,
which I consider our NGO as well,
yeah.
and my fortunate girl slash friends
Mm,
who sort of satiated my curiosity
right.
to explore all of these things.
Wonderful. Okay, and can you just guys smell it once? It's fresh. Okay, don't worry. How does it smell? Smell a good smell. It's little low quality. अगर थोड़ा अच्छा quality लोगे, it will have that also. Okay. So now, a simple question I want to ask: do you know what components a pad has or contents? Nilofer, I'm not asking. Anyone? So that's I think I'm not sure a little cotton, a little styrofoam, okay, and a polymer that expands. Right. Okay. Anyone else? That soaks up the blood. Yeah, the observer. Okay. Hmm. Anything else? No, I'll come to that. I'll come to that. I'll come to that. Yeah. No, what is the component as in what chemical or products are
The
going
gel
there?
actually, I mean, it is, I don't, I can't say the name of the chemical, but it is something when the liquid soaks the liquid and forms into a gel,
Right.
basically, so that it doesn't spill out of the pan.
Got it. Yes. Anybody from the guys? I'll tell you why I'm talking about it. Why and why it is important. Yeah. Anyone? Yeah. I mean, you have the pad. You can just touch it and feel it and say what it is. Cotton. Okay. Okay. Navya, do you have the pack of the pad? जिसमें some निकाले around it and did and they are there since like 10 years.
You have all the sizes.
Yeah, yeah, all the sizes. We have multiple sizes. One pack we have five product. So we don't manufacture it. We do not promote any brand.
You will not manufacture.
So we manufacture. There are manufacturers. There are many people. We are into only advocacy. We are into awareness creation, education. There's another thing called menstrual cup. Menstrual cup.
I never say.
Yeah. So this is a cup made of medical grade silicon. So you can use it for at least 10 years or 12 years or 15 years until unless it's like you are not dropping it or throwing it. The work is it collects the blood. You insert in your vagina. It collects the blood. You take it out. Do this, clean it, and then soak it in hot water. Use it for 3 to 4 days and keep it. It also has different sizes, small, medium, large. It depends on your blood flow. First day you can use a large, and last day you can use also a like small one. It collects the blood here, and you can throw it and clean it and keep it. There's no waste, zero waste. There's no waste out of it. It's a medical grade silicon, and so also get dissolved
I'm
in.
not sure, but inside means the question raised that about virginity. Then
So that dialogue has have been under the fight we are fighting from last 8 years in our
that is
organization.
most important in this.
Yeah, please go ahead.
So when it comes to virginity, so what we do is like we are doing sections in lot of schools, lot of corporate and in the slums as well. సో అందరికి మైండ్లో ఏముంటుంది అంటే వర్జినిటీ అంటే ఒక లేయర్ ఉంటుంది. అది లేయర్ మనకి మెకానిక్ ఫోర్ ఉండదు అది ఉంటుంది. దట్ ఈస్ లేయర్. సో మనకి మెన్స్ట్రల్ బ్లడ్ వచ్చేది ఎక్కడి నుంచి వస్తుంది అది సింపుల్ థింగ్. అక్కడ ఏం హోల్ లేదు, మనకి లేయరే ఉంది. సో మన బ్లడ్ ఎక్కడి నుంచి వస్తుంది, ఆ హోల్ నుంచి వస్తుంది కదా. సో ఆ హోల్ నుంచి వస్తుంది అనేది దెర్ ఈస్ ఎ హోల్. సో దెర్ ఈస్ ఎ హోల్. సో అది మనం ఇది ఇన్సర్ట్ చేయడం వల్ల అది బ్రేక్. And in this also we have sizes, small, medium and large. So what we are doing whenever we are going to the schools, we are giving small size
Two
to
groups.
students.
Two groups.
And వాళ్ళు అదే యూజ్ చేస్తారు. Earlier it was like lot of high pay, any consultant, we got complaints from the schools and the parents as well after distributing cups to the school. Then we made them say and we made them understand हम लोग लेके जाके पूरा reproductive system लेके जाके वहाँ पे हमको दिखाया कि ऐसे नहीं होता है. वहाँ पे ऑलरेडी खोलो. जब हम लोग कोई चीज जब इंटरकोर्स होता है तब भी वो ब्रेक नहीं होता. तभी आप स्पोर्ट्स वगैरह जो भी खेलते हो ना तब भी वो ब्रेक.
साइकिलिंग में भी होता है.
Sports नहीं खेलते हैं. सभी लोग स्पोर्ट्स नहीं खेलते हैं.
हाँ सभी लोग नहीं खेलते हैं, सभी लोग नहीं खेलते हैं तो कुछ हो सकता है. तो ये इसकी वजह से नहीं होता कि आप फालतू महंगे महंगे ब्रेक होगा वो बिल्कुल भी नहीं. And
So the dialogue is that only.
necessary కాదు. వాళ్ళ ఇష్టం వాళ్ళది.
हाँ तो and most of the times we are not forcing anything.
అంతే.
వేరే ఆప్షన్ ఏముందని అంటే మనకి క్లాత్ ప్యాడ్స్ ఉన్నాయి. ఇఫ్ దే ఆర్ కంఫర్టబుల్ విత్ ద క్లాత్ ప్యాడ్స్ అండ్ దే ఆర్ గివింగ్ దెమ్ క్లాత్ ప్యాడ్స్. ఉమెన్ కి అయితే మనం ఇది ఇస్తాం. అండ్ లైక్ సర్ప్రైజ్ టు నో దట్ స్లమ్ లో కూడా ఆడవాళ్ళు ఇదే యూజ్ చేస్తున్నారు. రీసెంట్లీ వి ఫేస్ వన్ ఇన్సిడెంట్ వేర్ లైక్ లాంగ్ బ్యాక్ వి గివ్ ద కప్స్ టు ద స్లమ్ పీపుల్.
పైసలు తెచ్చారు ఫ్రీగా ఇచ్చారు.
పైసలు
అదే కదా question. కొంతమంది చెప్పారు.
సో కొంతమంది చెప్పాలి అది కొనొచ్చు. ఎందుకు అని అంటే వాళ్ళు క్లాత్ ప్యాడ్స్ దీనికి దేర్ ఆర్ పీపుల్ హూ యాక్చువల్లీ బాట్ ఫ్రమ్ అస్ మన పైసలు ఇచ్చి తీసుకున్నారు. ఎందుకు అని అంటే వాళ్ళు ఇది ఏదైతే ప్యాడ్స్ యూజ్ చేస్తున్నారు నెలకి 80 రూపాయలు యూజ్ చేస్తున్నారు. ఇది 10 years వరకు యూజ్
సార్
చేస్తారు.
ఇంకోటి అది ఎన్ని సంవత్సరాలు వస్తుంది సార్?
10
How many
10.
years?
10 years. And it costs 500. Yeah.
So whenever we are going to the slum, what we do is like we make sure कि వాళ్ళకి ఆ మ్యాథ్స్ చూపియాలి. సో మీరు 10 years వరకు ఈ ప్యాడ్స్ తీసుకొస్తున్నారు కొంటున్నారు అయితే మీకు ఇంత అవుతుంది, మీరు ఇది తీసుకుంటే వన్ టైం కోసం మీకు ఇంత అవుతుంది. సో అప్పుడు
I think this is made up of the same material that what the small kids have milk.
Nipples. Yeah. Yes. The medical grade silicons. Yeah.